Hello everyone, my name is Yogita Sharma and I'm an engineer at Careem, which is a company acquired by Uber, and I'm based out of Dubai. I want to thank Geeks for Geeks for having me here and sharing my knowledge with all of you. Today we are going to talk about some tips that you can utilize while you're giving a system design interview. System design interviews are very subjective in nature. There is no particular or in which the interview is carried out. It is not like the coding interviews where there is a definite solution or one or two definite solution that the interviewer can match your solution to and say yes or no, right? These are subjective. The interviewer doesn't come to the interview thinking that they are expecting one particular kind of solution from you. There can be multiple solutions for the same problem. It all depends on how you approach the problem, how you communicate your thought process, how you can show that the knowledge that you have, you're able to apply it to actually build a system. So all these points actually make cracking system design interviews hard. But here are some tips that can actually help you make this hard interview a little bit easier. First tip would be try to follow an organized approach. As soon as you start with any system design interview, try to divide your Google Doc or any text pad or notepad that you're working in into 4 sections: functional requirements, non-functional requirements, capacity estimation, and the final high-level design architecture diagram, right? Think of these 4 points as your deliverable for any system design interview. As soon as you hear the problem, try to list down all the functional requirements. Keep asking the interviewer for all the requirements, functional and non-functional. Once you are done with those two, then try to understand or estimate the capacity of the system. Try to estimate and crunch some numbers like how much storage would be needed, what kind of data transfer would be needed, how you would be able to serve the request, how many users you would be serving, etc. Don't try to make wild guesses. Instead, ask the interviewer for definite numbers. You can just simply ask them, how many users per day are we expecting? How many requests per user are we expecting? That way you would be able to calculate how many total requests you would be expecting in a day, rather than taking a wild guess, oh, let's say 6 million users. Don't do that. Just ask interviewers for some numbers. Now, once you're done with these three, as soon as you start approaching the problem and build different components, use a tool for drawing your architecture diagram like Lucidchart or Draw.io, and practice beforehand so that drawing in the interview becomes easier and less time consuming. You can obviously draw using pencil or something, but using such a tool would help you minimize the time and you would be able to show the design properly. While solving the problem, try to be as communicative as possible. Keep thinking out loud, keep discussing the different approaches that you're planning to take, keep taking inputs and feedback from the interviewer as well, because if you're going in a different direction, they might hint you to bring you back to the right direction. So just be receptive to their feedback as well, and also make sure that you communicate all your thoughts to the interviewer so that they understand where you're going with this. Next, whatever decisions you make while solving the problems, for example, you decide to go with a NoSQL database over a SQL database, or you decide to choose a particular tech stack, make sure to mention the advantages as well as the disadvantages of your decision. The advantages would be in such a way that would be fulfilling the requirements of the system and supporting your idea of why you want to choose this. Sharing the disadvantages will let the interviewer know that you do know about the downsides of your choice. And later on, since you are aware of the downsides of the decision that you have made, you might have some backup plan or some mitigative plans in place in order to deal with the downsides when those problems actually occur in the system. Once you're done with the basic design or V1 of the system and you have presented them with a high-level diagram, after doing that, try to point out where the system could fail. What are the problems that can happen if the scale grows, or what are the problems that can happen if the storage goes high, right? Try to find out the bottlenecks, try to find out the single point of failures if there are any in your system, and explain what is your plan to deal with those problems. This will show the interviewer that you are very proactive in your approach and you are well aware the requirements that your system can fulfill, but also the problems that your system can face, and what is your plan in order to deal with those problems. Obviously, there would be some points that the interviewer might point out. Just be receptive to that as well and try to come up with a solution of how you're going to mitigate that issue that the interviewer has just pointed out. Next, I would say, do not use complicated terms or jargon or theoretical concepts that you have studied in the interview. For example, if you have a theoretical knowledge of AWS, but you have never been hands-on with AWS, it's better not to mention it, because then there are going to be follow-up questions and you won't be able to answer them, and it will create a negative impact on the interviewer. So it's better to either explain your knowledge in plain English or just say that I haven't had experience to work on so and so tech, so I don't know about it. Because at the end of the day, everyone is looking for someone who can solve problems. Finally, if you're left with some time after explaining the system and after designing the system, you might share some of the extended features that you might add to the system that will just show that you have real life experience as well, and you know what you can do in order to enhance the system, and the system is flexible enough, the design is flexible enough that it can accommodate changes and you can add additional features. Lastly, you can talk about different properties of the system, like how you're going to make the system secure, what would you be doing in order to monitor the system, what are the kind of metrics that you would be using in order to monitor and measure the performance of the system, and what are the steps that you would take in order to enhance the performance of the system. So these are some tips that I think would definitely help you in any system design interview. If you use these tips and they help you out, please let us know in the comments. Also, if I have missed anything, or if there is any tip or trick that you have tried and it has worked out in your favor, do share that as well so others can learn from your experience. If you want to learn more about system design, I run a channel called as Pseudocode. The link is in the description. Please go check out the channel and subscribe to the channel. Lastly, huge thanks to Geeks for Geeks for having me here. Geeks for Geeks is an online learning platform that has been helping engineers like you and me for a very long time. So please like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.